Are you wondering what's happening in the Edmonton real estate market? With prices shifting, inventory tightening, and interest rates on the move, it's easy to feel overwhelmed about what is your next step. Whether you're thinking about buying, selling, or investing, this market update will give you the clarity that you need to make confident decisions. So stay with me because this is more than just numbers. It's your roadmap to navigating this market like a pro. Hello, everyone. My name is Tara Frigg. I am the team lead at Masterful Moves Realty Group, eXp Realty, and welcome to this week's What the Frig Friday. This week, I'm going to be talking about the market update. We've got some stats in from the real estate board and from CREA and different places that collect data. So I want to share them with you as well as give you a little bit of a forecast of what I'm already seeing in conversations that I've had in regards to some of the mortgage rules changes and what that is going to mean for us in 2025. So I am going to be looking down because I want to make sure I get these stats right, but it is more than just numbers. So we are now in 2025. So all the stats for 2024 is in. So 2023 to 2024, that's that year in change. Okay. So in 2023, the average sale price was $488,379. That was the average sale price for the greater Edmonton area. So that includes all of the suburbs. So the greater Edmonton area, the average sale price was $488,379. Can you guess what the average sale price for the greater Edmonton area was in 2024? It was $540,232. So that is a difference of $51,853. So just over $50,000 increase from 2023 to 2024 for the greater Edmonton area. So that is substantially quite a lot of money. If you're thinking that the original property value was under 500,000 in 2023 and now we're going up to 50, it went up over 50,000. So that's a substantial price increase. In regards to what that number looks like for your average sale price, I imagine we're going to keep seeing it as an upswing, and I imagine we're going to see the same kind of jump in dollar value. Again, another interesting stat was the days on market. An average days on market for the greater Edmonton area on detached, these are detached single family stats, was 53 days on market in 2023. In 2024, the days on market is 44. So it went down 9 days, which is actually quite substantial. It went down over a week. So that's actually quite a lot. And another one that I thought was pretty interesting as well was the sale to list price ratio. Now, I always, in the weekly newsletter that Masterful Moves Realty Groups put out, I always state the sale to list price because it also, I think, helps dictate what the market prices are and what people are offering. And it went from 97 in 2023 to 99 in 2024. On an average of all the properties, it was at a 99%. So that means of all the ones that went $5, $10, $20,000 less than list, because you're going to have those in every market, we saw just substantially those over at 99% of list to sale price. I think that's quite substantial in regards to what we are seeing here in 2024, what we were happening with our buyers. I was having quite a few conversations in regards to buyers entering the market. I was chatting with one gentleman and I broke my cell phone, so I went in to get my screen repaired, and he was talking about down payment, and he was talking about compound interest and how the banks make their money. And I really wanted to pause and reflect to, yes, there will be interest on your purchase. You will be paying quite a bit of interest, but there's a way that you can mitigate what that looks like and how much interest you pay and what your principals, and speak to your mortgage broker in regards to ways that you can pay your mortgage down faster. But I did explain to him, property prices, they went up. on the greater Edmonton area that was over $50,000. You're only putting 5% down for it to go up to that much money. So say you're a first-time home buyer and your 5% down is 10 to 20,000, you've pretty much could potentially have doubled your money, right? If you're only putting 10 to 20 and your property values went up that kind of increase, what does that mean on your return on investment? Yes, there's going to be some interest, but that upswing now is going to be steeper than we've seen in, as of late. So just be mindful of that when you are thinking about entering the market. Now, interest rates are on the move. There's no doubt about it. They're on the move. They're coming down. As I'm having more discussions with more buyers, that downward interest rate is now what we're seeing, or what I'm seeing, is more tenants are entering the market. So I always like to think back to my real estate investing education. And there's kind of like a way that the market usually goes. More people come to an area. So you have an increase in jobs, which we have. People come for those jobs. Usually when people come here, they rent, right? Just got to feel for where they're going to go, what they're looking at. They rent. So lots of people are entering that rental market, which means the landlords can increase their rental price, right? Well, at one point, it's going to actually be cheaper for them to buy than it is to rent. So we're going to have all of those people, or not all of them, but people then entering into the buyer's market. So now there's going to be a larger pool of buyers. Well, what does that do for your property prices? Well, now if there's a larger pool of buyers, that means your property prices are going to go up because the pool of buyers is larger than the pool of sellers. So in 2024, with the higher interest rates, we saw an over $50,000 price valuation and increase in prices without that tenant profile really kicking in. Now that we're seeing interest rates drop and we're seeing amortizations go from 25 to 30-year amortizations, people can afford property now. They can afford more than what they wanted or they could before. So therefore, that tenant profile and those people who are now, it's for me to buy than it is for me to rent. Now, on top of what we were already seeing with the interprovincial migration and a lot of investors buying into that rental pool and getting second homes, now we are going to be seeing that tenant profile also entering the market. So that starter home price is going to definitely, in my opinion, it is going to be multiple offers and really quick. And we are going to see that one raise higher and faster because that pool of buyers is going to be larger as more tenants are entering the pool of buyers. So that is just something that I really, really want to make sure that we are looking at and we're having discussions. I was showing a property today and he was discussing as well. Last year they were working with a different realtor and everything was going in multiple offers because of, people getting second homes or whatever, right? Investments. So he said he was just tired of all the multiple offers. And I had this conversation and I'm like, I'm just going to be completely real. I think it's just going to be worse this year because we are going to have that tenant pool coming in. I'm talking to a lot of tenants who are like, it's going to be cheaper now for me to buy than it is to pay my rent. My mortgage, even at the interest rates we're seeing now, is going to be less than what my rent is. Your mortgage now is going to be less than what the rent is. Because again, that curve of people coming in and moving here because of jobs, and the job market here is not slowing down. We have some seriously amazing initiatives that are bringing employment to the Edmonton region. And with these initiatives, we are getting really great jobs and companies making the move to Alberta. Lower taxes in regards to what businesses are. And we are very pro-business in Alberta, which brings more people, brings more companies to come and put up their stores and their stations and their outlets here in Alberta, which then brings more people, which then just kind of perpetuates, turn this thing that's going to be driving our prices. Because what I love about real estate is it is the basic laws of supply and demand. The more demand there is on the supply, the higher the prices. And there is just not enough supply for what we are seeing. Purpose-built rentals is a really big, some of the CMHC grants and some of the things that are coming with that. As those are hitting the market, we will see what that does to the rental pool. But at this point in time, I've seen some $500. I know on some of my rentals, I've raised rents because condo fees are going up. All the expenses as well are going up. So therefore your rents have to go up. So just be mindful of how all of that plays out in the grand scheme of what that does for your market. Now, another thing that I thought was really interesting in regards to what the real estate board of Edmonton Real Estate Board put out was, I'm going to read this verbatim, so pardon, I just want to make sure I get all of these stats, okay? So the total residential average price came in at $435,549. It has no change from the previous month, but reflected an overall increase of 12.2 compared to December of 2023. So this was December of 2024 stats. That was the total residential average of Edmonton, the greater Edmonton area. Detached homes went from 540.32 with no change from November, but still coming in at 10.6 higher than the previous year. Semi-detached units sold for $408,823 and increased 1.6% from the previous month, but still 12.3 higher than the year over year. So 12.3 from last December. Rowan townhouses went up 1.4 for November 2024, but were 12.3 higher than December 2023, with an average price of $292,640. And apartment condominiums went for an average of 1.8 from November 2024 and went up to $203,920 with a month-to-month of 19.8 higher than the previous year. So your apartment condominiums almost went up 20% last year. That's a lot for even apartment condominiums. So everything went up double digits. Now, if you're only putting 5% down and your property prices are increasing at that kind of rate, what kind of return are you getting on your money? Yes, I completely understand interest rates if they go lower, but if they go lower, these increases are going to be higher and higher. And what does that mean for you as the buyer? As a seller, that's great. But if you're selling your home, where are you going and what are you doing? Making sure we have a well thought and structured plan in regards to that sale. So you don't, we know where you're going, we know what you're doing, and we can have a well laid out plan so that we can get you into that next home with ease for that transition. So super exciting what's happening in the Edmonton market. I'll never forget as well. Last January, I was at the Realtors Association event where they discussed, the market for the 2024 and CMHC. A gentleman came out and he stated this is the beginning of what happened in Ontario right before Ontario had the boom. And that was last year. So we are at the beginning of what that looks like. So depending on what you're investing in, you saw an increase in your return. So be mindful of that when you're looking to make 2025 your year to purchase. Super exciting to see what is happening. And, we at Masterful Moves Realty Group are here to serve you at whatever your goals with real estate are. If you're a first-time home buyer, investments, getting that place of your dreams, we are here to serve. So thank you so much for watching. I hope you found today's insights helpful. If you are interested in learning more or ready to take your next steps in the real estate journey, we at Masterful Moves Realty Group would love to connect with you. If it's 4 days, 4 months, or 4 years, it's never too early to connect. Just visit our website at masterfulmovesrealtygroup.com and we are ready and willing to help serve you in whatever your real estate goals are. And don't forget, if you enjoyed this video, give it a thumbs up and share it with someone who might find it useful. And don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already. I'll be sharing more valuable content and answering your questions in upcoming videos. So thanks again for watching. I would love to hear some comments of where you think the market is going in 2025. See you in the next video.